everyone, my name is Arkadiusz Stopczynski and I'm a visiting student in Human Dynamics group at MIT Media Lab, and today I will talk about personal data for public good. What is personal data? Personal data is everything that we as human beings generate, or the data that is about us, such as our email communication, such as our face-to-face meetings, the updates on social networks, our calls, our brain activity, our health records, our mobility traces, our social networks. All this constitutes personal data. And this personal data can be extremely valuable and useful for the good of society. We can use it to track epidemics and understand how they spread and how to stop them. We can understand what is the social structure of the society. And then we can understand how the transportation in the cities work, for example, and how to make cities better and greener. The problem right now is that this data that is somewhere out there is not really very useful. The problem with that, the reason for that is that the data is silos. Different companies, they hold different pieces of the data, and it's extremely difficult to gain access to it. So even if me as a user, I would like to give access to certain types of my data for the public good, I cannot really do that. Very often I don't even know that the data exists, so I'm not even able to start asking for access to it. But we have a solution to that. And what we are working with here at Human Dynamics Group is a concept called Open Personal Data Store. And the idea is that every user should have their own personal box that can store the data and run computations on this data. Because at the end of the day, it is the user that is fully empowered to decide with whom to share the data, how much, how often, and for what purpose. Or to decide that parts of this data should not be there, should never be shared, or should be plain deleted. Or to change the provider of the personal data store, swap it for a service, or have it self-hosted in the basement if she feels like that. And the idea that many users have those boxes and can actively decide with whom to share the data, who to authorize to see the data, this constitutes the new deal on data ecosystem, where the users can decide they want to share the data with government, with research institutions, or with companies that can use this data to bootstrap their services and accelerate their time to market.